within the Mormon home. They set certain guidelines for everyone to follow. Certain tendencies within the Mormon home and lifestyle are correlated to specific rules that they should live by. They have more conservative sexual behavior before marriage. Premarital sex was found to be less common among the Mormons in various studies of teens and college students. Thus, because Mormons are motivated to get married, their families tend to be considerably larger than the average American family. When the Mormon religion was first discovered, Joseph Smith resided in the eastern part of the United States with his wife and 9 children. As the years have passed, the large Mormon family has found itself moving further and further west, where the large portion are said to be living today, settling in Salt Lake City. In 1823, when the angel Mormoni appeared to Joseph Smith, she told him to avert violence by periodically moving his saints to new locations. This being said, when he first founded the Mormon religion, Joseph Smith was living in Fayette, New York. However, opposition from the Mormon members sent Joseph Smith moving west to Ohio, then Missouri by the year 1838, and by the year 1840 he had decided to settle in the small town of Nauvoo, Illinois. After 4 years of living in Nauvoo, the number of Mormons had risen to an outstanding number of 15,000 members. However, by the year 1843, Smith had announced that some leaders of the Mormon Church were allowed to practice polygamy. This separated the Mormon people. There was a breakout of violence in Nauvoo, resulting in the imprisonment of Smith and his brother for their own protection. By 1844, a mob of people raided the prison and killed Smith and his brother. Mormons began to feel an uncertainty and felt their religion was now unsafe. A new leader was called to soon replace Smith. Brigham Young, the second president of the LDS, became the new leader for Mormons. He knew he had to find safety for the Mormon people. He thought a secluded place in the Rocky Mountains would be an ideal place for the members to live in. The Mormons set on foot for their voyage of safety. They headed westward, first arriving in the Missouri River in June 1846. The conditions for travel were very treacherous. The cold winters forced them to build small camping sites for them to stay. An outbreak of sickness killed over 600 members, yet they continued on. As they moved through the mountains, Young caught a glimpse of Salt Lake Valley from the mountain heights. He announced that this was the place for which he had been looking. The Mormons entered the Salt Lake Valley on July 24, 1847, a day since has been celebrated as Pioneer Day. After finally settling here, the Mormons immediately began building dams for the mountain streams and log homes for them to live in. They also began farming for food supplies. This land was a perfect place for them to reside in. This is still a place where many Mormons choose to live. The process of settling in Utah was difficult. In spite of their efforts, many lost their lives. However, it is a permanent place for Mormons to live and live their lives the way they feel they should. Mormons have been an object of ridicule and scrutiny. Their ways of living have been proved to be different from the modern way of American living. Their history shows us how religion became what it is today. Their beliefs and lifestyles are opposed by many, from the male-dominant homes to the question of polygamy allowed to some of the church leaders approved by Joseph Smith. Mormons consider themselves to be Christian. By modern mainstream Christians, this is a statement of felicity. Mormons cannot be Christian due to the mass difference in the belief system between the two. Because of these controversial disagreements dating from the mid-1800s, Mormons were forced to move west to Salt Lake Valley. This is where the vast number of Mormons continue to live and feel they are safe from the world and their harsh judgments.